What's going on, Main East? This video is going to be on how a 4-stroke engine works. This is the Kohler lawnmower engine that you guys will be taking apart or have taken apart. And what I want to do is kind of point out in detail exactly how a 4-stroke engine works. Try and make this a little easier to understand. Currently, exhaust valve and intake valve are closed. Piston is all the way at the top of the cylinder, which we refer to as TDC, top dead center. As I start to rotate the engine, you're going to see the intake valve start to go down. As the piston goes down, what's happening is air and fuel is being sucked into the engine. So the carburetor's right here. So air goes into the carburetor. We have our throttle plate. And then air goes through because the intake valve is open. Air is allowed to go into the cylinder, and it is sucked in as the piston goes down. So intake valve's open, piston goes down till it hits the bottom, right there. Now intake valve is going to start to close. It comes back up, and this is called the compression stroke. We reach the top, and we have completely compressed all the air and fuel that's in the cylinder into this small little area at the top, which is called our combustion chamber. Once the piston nears the top, my spark plug over here, spark plug is going to fire, creating a spark, igniting the air and fuel on the inside of the combustion chamber and causing a rapid explosion that's going to push the piston down, but it's going to do it with a lot of force really fast. So the piston's going to go down, and this is where we get our power from. Piston is connected to the connecting rod, and the connecting rod is connected to the crank here, and the piston is actually forcing my crank to spin at this point. Once the piston hits the bottom, my exhaust valve is now going to open, and as the piston comes up, you can see the exhaust valve open right there. As the piston comes up, it is pushing out the exhaust. So the exhaust travels through the valve here, across, and then out my muffler. Once the piston reaches the top, the exhaust valve just closed, and the process repeats. So if I go a little quicker here, we have intake valve opens, we have compression, squishing all the air and fuel into the combustion chamber. Spark plug is going to ignite now, so we have the rapid expansion of the gases. So we now have the power stroke, and now exhaust valve opens, and we have the exhaust stroke. And all the exhaust gets pushed out, and the process repeats again. So we've got ICPE is the acronym: intake, compression, power, and exhaust. That process is going to happen over and over very rapidly. Thanks for watching. If you guys got questions, make sure you ask. Talk to you later.